Whoo boy, this is Robin Hood, the 2018 version, and is pretty much another retelling of Robin Hood who steals from the rich to give to the poor, and basically go up against the evil Sheriff of Nottingham. That's it. This movie came out on Thanksgiving weekend, it bombed, and I saw it the week after it came out. I have been incredibly busy dealing with a bunch of personal stuff in my life that I didn't get around to reviewing this, but I got to because this is probably going to end up on my bottom 10 list. Maybe in the higher realm, but this is undoubtedly one of the worst movies of the year. This is so bad, but it's one of those movies that's so bad that you kind of laugh at it. When it comes to Robin Hood, for me personally, all I know is the simple thing of steal from the rich, give to the poor. I know nothing else about the other stories. I know it's a fictional character. I know that there have been several other movies involving Robin Hood. Probably the most famous one for me is the Disney one. And then you had Robin Hood Men in Tights, Prince of Thieves, the Robin Hood that had Russell Crowe in it. Countless interpretations of this character. And I have not seen a single movie involving that character, except for this one, which really... It looks like Guy Ritchie's King Arthur, and I didn't see King Arthur, but I hate to imagine what that movie is like compared to this, because this is a movie that really does not give a fuck about anything. It doesn't give a fuck about consistency with its time period. It doesn't give a fuck about physics. The actors don't seem to give a fuck. It is just a horrible movie on all accounts. One of those things involves the time period. It is set in medieval times, but there are just so many things in this movie that are put in just to try to modernize Robin Hood. For example, the opening sequence is the Crusades against the Muslims, and the way it's filmed, it's like watching a modern war film, right down to the point where these machines that shoot arrows rapidly make machine gun noises once they actually hit concrete. And it's just incredibly goofy to see all these soldiers carrying bows and arrows and trying to be all stealth, going around the corners like this, and I dropped my phone right there. It's so frustrating to watch. And it also doesn't help that a lot of the clothes seems centuries out of place. Whenever Robin Hood is dressed up, or whenever he's with the Sheriff of Nottingham, they look like they're wearing clothes that you could get at J. Crew or Banana Republic. It just looks way too modern for Robin Hood, especially considering that it's still set in medieval times. And speaking of those characters, no actor in this movie is good at all. You got Taron Egerton, aka Eggsy from the Kingsman movies, playing Robin Hood, and I'm not going to say that he's miscast, but he just seems like that generic action hero type. That's pretty much what Robin Hood is in this movie. He has no personality. He's just dull more than anything. All the other characters surrounding him, well, with the exception of one, actually stand out, but not in the best ways. You have Jamie Foxx, who's playing Little John, which... oh my god, Jamie Foxx in this movie. He is supposed to be a Muslim, but he can't decide which accent he wants to do. It's like in between one scene, his accent keeps changing, and he's just really goofy. The only thing that saves him from being the goofiest actor in the movie is Ben Mendelsohn. Ben Mendelsohn plays the Sheriff of Nottingham, and he's pretty much a more over-the-top director Krennic, right down to the point where he's wearing clothes that might as well be the Imperial wardrobe that director Krennic wore. And there are so many scenes in this movie where he's hamming it up, he's chewing the scenery. Even when he's supposed to be subtle and calm, he's still overacting somehow. Now, fortunately for these three actors, no matter how bad they are, no matter how over-the-top they are acting, they are saved by Jamie Dornan, aka Christian Grey from the 50 Shades of Grey movies, and this actress named Eve Hewson. Eve Hewson plays Robin Hood's love interest, and Jamie Dornan plays the boyfriend to Robin Hood's love interest, and they are unquestionably the worst actors in this movie. Every time Robin Hood's love interest is on screen, she can never make eye contact with anyone, but it's not like with Newt Scamander in Fantastic Beasts, where he's always looking down or trying to avoid making eye contact. No, she always has this blank stare. She's deadpan completely. And as for Jamie Dornan, Do I even need to say anything? He's awful in this movie. There are countless moments in the movie where they not only break physics, but disintegrate physics. Like when Robin Hood is reloading his bow and arrow, he doesn't do it all the way. The arrows will just magically appear in the bow. And the biggest thing that had me laughing hard is when there's a chase with a horse and carriage, and the horses go slamming through a wooden wall, almost like their cars in the Fast and Furious movies where they're able to just go through a wall and they come out completely fine. Like, those horses should have been killed on impact by ramming into a wooden wall. But no, they just keep on riding. No scratches anywhere to be found. This is awful. I don't even know why I'm continuing on with this. Chances are you didn't see this movie, and you did yourself a favor. It's terrible, but at the same time, it never made me angry. And if I had one positive thing to say, and it is a backhanded compliment, I was never bored. I was entertained from beginning to end, but not in the ways they were intending me to be entertained. So I'd say don't waste your money at all. If you even have the slightest desire to see this, at best, just rent it. But this is one of those cases where if you decide to rent it, not only do you need a group of your friends to have alcohol and laugh at it, but you all need to pitch in to rent this. Like, say it's $4.99 to rent. You all need to pitch in at least 75 cents, depending on how many people are there, in order to rent this movie. And yeah, this movie sucks. No question about it. And that's my review for the 2018 version of Robin Hood. Now I want to hear what you guys have to say. If you've seen the movie, which I don't even know why anyone did see it if it bombed, and it cost $100 million. Why the fuck did it cost $100 million? But whatever the case, just in the off chance that you have seen this movie, what did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, I hope you enjoyed this review. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and of course leave a comment. Don't forget to support my Patreon page, follow me on social media, and until next time, this is the real Mr. Robinson telling you there is only one.